Today is Tuesday, September 12th, and the Yankees were in Beantown for a double dip with the Boston Red Sox. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. I missed you. We'll get to your comments on this recent game we just watched, just finished, the doubleheader sweep. But first, got to recap Game 1. We only have about 15 recaps left in this season. I will be at Yankee Stadium on Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd, so say hello. If you see me, I'll be filming a short road trip vlog kind of movie thing. Going to be interviewing a lot of people there. It'll be fun. And might do some stuff live from Yankee Stadium. We'll see how good the connection is. I'm not going to lie, man. It felt weird to put on the fun hat tonight. 18 games out of first place now, and 17 games left in the season, so the East is out of reach officially. And also, this has been one of the toughest 48 hours for New York sports in quite some time. We all know about the Dominguez thing. It's been devastating. I've been down in the dumps about it for the past couple of days. And, that's just sports. But then for the New York football fans, I saw a lot of people when Dominguez got hurt say, well, time to watch football season. Good luck feeling better about that. Giants got dismantled 40-0 on opening day and had one of the worst performances by any team in any game ever. And that is not an exaggeration. Last night, the Yankees get rained out in Boston, so I decided to watch part of the Jets game. I turned it on, and Wilson's playing quarterback. Found out that Rodgers played 4 snaps, tore his Achilles tendon. Jets came back and won the game, but for New York sports fans, it has been a tough couple of days.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
We got the news yesterday that Oswald Peraza was suffering from left knee inflammation, was out of the lineup, but ended up playing in Game 2 today. Found out today that Jonathan Loaizaga is out for the rest of the season with elbow inflammation. Had a lot of guys dropping like flies for the rest of the season over the past several days. Severino, Dominguez, Loaizaga. Unreal. I don't know if you can count on Loaizaga next year. He's got great stuff, but he is just always injured, man. Just always injured. Problem is, who else are you going to get that has that kind of stuff? Not a lot of guys can throw 100 with sink and command and a great changeup. Yanks need to try and get younger and get some guys who are consistently healthy. But even that, Dominguez was 20. Can't get much younger than that. I guess you can get 19 years younger than that. But as a Major League Baseball player, can't get much younger than that. Still tore his UCL. The amount of injuries suffered by the Yankees this season is unreal. For the last few years, really. And I'm not the type of person who believes in curses or hexes, but the last couple of days have me scratching my head. They have me just scratching my head. It seems disproportionate, the amount of major injuries the Yankees have had to major players. Anyway, Yankees won Game 1 today, 3-2.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win. You're a winner.
Got a little hairy in the ninth inning, but Clay Holmes got a big double play to get out of it. Gleyber Torres came out to the mound and kind of settled him down. Start calling him Dr. Gleyber because he was basically a shrink out there on the mound. Also had a big two-run single. 3 of the Yankees' 5 hits in Game 1 were from Kyle Higashioka, who was very quietly had a nice second half, hitting over 230 now. Had some big hits. But to me, the big hit of the game was Gleyber Torres, and so for Game 1, Gleyber Torres gets the belt.
Belt winner.
All right, now on to game 2. I wasn't able to watch game 1 very closely because I was doing the Foul Territory show, but game 2 I was dialed in. I was excited to see Carlos Rodon, see what he had. You know, it's getting to the point in the season where he should be in a decent rhythm now. And he looked strong, but it didn't start off great. So the Yankees loaded the bases in the first inning, did not score. Austin Wells struck out and IKF bounced into a double play. And you're thinking, typical Yankees. By the way, I'd be interested in hearing what you guys think about Austin Wells because, you know, he drove the ball well once today. I think he's got a good swing, done okay behind the dish, but I feel like there's still more in there. Anyway, Rodon served up a solo home run to lead off the game. He came into the game with a 6.6 ERA, and if you're new to baseball, that's not good. And then, of course, after one pitch, it went up. I was shaking my head, but to his credit, he did strike out the side in the first inning, got 2 more in the second, then struck out the side in the third. That gave him 8 strikeouts. And by the amount he was sweating, you could tell he was working hard for all of them. Yankees tied it up with some small ball in the 5th inning. Very good, very selective at bat from Everson Pereira. He walked and then stole second base. And then Estevan Florial had a very, very good at bat, fought off a tough pitch to drive in the tying run. Good for him. Glad to see him contributing. He was literally the last option from Brian Cashman on the 40-man roster as far as outfielders go. When Dominguez went down, that was it. Top 6. Austin Wells drilled a line drive off the left field wall. Very nice piece of hitting. Very Wade Boggs-ish. Wade Boggs made a living doing that. Yankees ended up taking a 2-1 lead on a bases-loaded fielder's choice by Jake Bowers. And then they had the bases loaded again, but Peraza ended up... Actually, no, it was first and second. And then Peraza ended up lining into a double play to end the inning. Rodon was done after 5 innings, 1 run allowed, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. You'd like to see less walks, be a little bit more efficient so he can get deeper into the game. Lowered his ERA to 6.14. He's got a couple of starts left. You know he wants to get it under 5. I don't know if it's going to be possible. He's going to have to throw a couple of gems. But you don't want to be staring at a 5 or a 6 ERA all winter. Although, maybe you can use it for motivation. Overall, though, nice job. McAllister made his first appearance of the year in the 6th inning. Journeyman made a fantastic play. Little dribbler. He kind of barehanded it, made a off-balance throw, and got the runner at first. And I believe they said he was taken in the same draft as Ian Kennedy and Jabba Chamberlain. So there you go, Brian Cashman, developing the major league talent from the draft. All right. Top 8, Peraza got another rare Yankees hit with runners in scoring position, but IKF got thrown out by a mile at home. That left it at 2-1. Yankees did tack on 2 more runs in the 9th, base hit by Gleyber Torres and catcher's interference. Yankees sweep the doubleheader.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win. You're a winner.
All right, so I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted to give the belt to Zach McAllister, but I didn't have a Zach McAllister graphic. So we're going to give it to next guy up on my list was Carlos Rodon. Nice job. Val in NY says, how sweep it is. Look, it's been a long season, guys, and at this point, you'll take whatever you could get in terms of positives. To me, it looks like a lot of these guys are mailing it in. A lot of them just look done. They look tired. Aaron Judge is in a slump, and he's not getting much to pitch or much to hit either. Getting a lot of sliders. Let me take a look at the box score here. Sponsored by Game Time. NYY Recaps, sponsored by Game Time, the fastest growing ticket app in the world for a reason. Download the Game Time app to your phone or other smart device, because getting tickets to your favorite events at the last minute should not be stressful. Baseball, other sports, concerts, theater, comedy, you name it. You can find it on Game Time. Use the code NYY Recaps for $20 off your first purchase. Game Time, lowest price on last minute tickets, guaranteed. Aaron says, glad I caught the Battle of Midway. All right, let's take a look at the box score from Game 2 here. So, Rodon stands out with the 5 good innings. Florial, 1 for 3, hitting in the leadoff spot. Was not on the 40-man roster until 2 days ago, and he's hitting leadoff tonight. Hitting 143 on the season. A lot of these young kids just not cutting it in the major leagues so far. Austin Wells had a hit tonight, but he's still at 120. Peraza's had a lot of playing time. He's heating up a little bit. He's 1 for 4 today, but hitting 190 still. Pereira 1 for 3, hitting 152. That's not going to cut it. These guys are basically getting a month to play. And now we are at September 12th. So you got a little over 2 weeks left. 2 weeks of at-bats. You better turn it on. You want to make an impression for next year. I want to see Pereira run into one. I want to see Austin Wells have a couple of multi-hit games. We got to start seeing some offense from these young guys. Mike Bragg says, can the Yankees just stay on the road for the rest of the year because they suck at home? They suck in both places. Let's just be completely honest with ourselves.
Bing.
Steve-O says, this is our ALCS. And Lou Rom says, Fenway smells like a toilet bowl. I've never been. I do want to go, but, first of all, it's difficult to get seats at Fenway because it is a smaller ballpark. 2, I've also heard that it's not very comfortable. And I'm a guy, I need my room. I'm just kind of like, I'm a big guy. I fidget a lot. I need my room. Frankie says, I can't even get excited anymore. Well, call Roman. They'll send discreet packaging to your home. Help you get excited. David Paez says, Posada should sign a 2-week contract. He would out-hit all of our current catchers. I agree.
Absolutely. Hey.
Jorge, man. The one thing weird about Jorge was that he used to pee on his own hands in spring training so that he wouldn't get calluses, which I found extremely, extremely weird. E-Money says Fenway is a shithole. Another person says Fenway is a dump. What stadiums have you guys been to that you've enjoyed? I've been to only a few stadiums. So, obviously the old Yankee Stadium and Shea Stadium. Been to the new Yankee Stadium. I went to Turner Field. I've been to San Francisco, what's it called? I forget what it's called now, like Pac Bell Park or whatever. I was actually on the field in that ballpark. Nice. I went there for a couple of concerts actually. And I stood out there in right field. Very, very cool. But I've heard Pittsburgh is very nice. I've always wanted to visit Skydome. And first of all, I'm always going to call it Skydome. I'm never going to call it Rogers Center. It's Skydome. But they've reworked it, and it's become kind of a hitter's haven, unless you're Vladimir Guerrero. Camden, I've been to Camden. Camden is beautiful. There's been some rumors that the Baltimore Orioles might be looking for a new ballpark, and I think that's a bad idea. Apparently, their owner, John Angelos, is just a real curmudgeon. He's difficult to work with, and he's having issues with the city. But I got to say, Camden Yards, beautiful place. I sat last April, about maybe 15 rows up behind home plate, first base side of home plate, and it was one of the coldest nights I've ever experienced at the baseball field. That cold air coming off the water, wind whipping through, you got that open outfield. Wow. Devon Cerna says Skydome looks sick back in the day. When it first opened, man, it was awesome. I remember that they sold Skybox cards, like baseball cards, and they sold them in a little Skydome like packaging, and we had that, and that was awesome. I know. Seattle. Oh, yeah, gorgeous stadium. Just in terms of aesthetics for a ballpark, it doesn't get much better than Seattle. I also love Colorado. I love first of all, it's a big ballpark because it has to be because the ball travels. So you got a nice big green outfield. And you've got that high, like quadruple deck in right field. And so it kind of blocks off the wind. And so when the wind comes in from the other way, it causes it to kind of carry to right field. So you see monster home runs to right field. But yeah, Trop is a dump. Trop shouldn't even qualify as a baseball stadium. It's like a warehouse that they slapped some kind of green carpeting on. It's awful.
Wrong.
A what?
Old Yankee Stadium, though, still my favorite. Dave Byers agrees. Guys, we've got about 2 weeks left, and then we're going to do some off-season coverage. So I'm working on a 6-part series called NYY Rebuild, and we're going to fill it up with conversations with, let's just say, notable baseball names. And it's going to come out sometime in November, probably first to second week of November. And it's going to be a 6-part series about, the first one is going to be about the GM, the manager, and the hot stove. Second one is going to be about the catcher situation. Third one's going to be about free agents. Fourth one's going to be trade targets. Fifth one is going to be the baby bombers. And then the sixth one is to be determined. I'm working on something right there that is not finalized yet. But once it is, I'll let you know. But it's I'm telling you, this is gonna be the must-watch for Yankees fans this winter. We're gonna break everything down, and it's gonna take podcasting to a new level. I think it's just trying to bring everything up a notch this winter. So, all right, New York sports fans, sorry for the crap news the last couple of days. We are doing free agents. We mentioned that. That's going to be with episode 3. So we'll be talking about that. Anyway, all right, guys, we're going to call it a night.
Game over, man. It's game over. We're gonna get out of here.
Scott says you won't have trouble getting tickets to PNC, especially not if you use Game Time. Great for last-minute tickets.
You gotta go.
Go to NYY Recaps. Lucas says NYY Rebuild for 2025. Nope, 2024. We can win next year. It's just going to take, I don't know why I put Hello Sam on the screen. Did not mean to do that. It's just going to take some savvy moves by our GM. It's going to take a full court press. I think they're going to make a huge offer to Yamamoto. Sounds like from the reports we're hearing, the Yankees are all in on him through 2 no-hitters this year. And he's been compared to a Japanese Pedro. But we've heard that before. Japanese Nolan Ryan with Hideki Irabu, right? But 1.26 ERA this year. That's lower than Tanaka had, which was insane. So the one thing I do worry about with Japanese pitchers coming over is they've almost all tore their UCL. I mean, Darvish did it. I know that Tanaka did it but never had the surgery. It's a heavier baseball. It's a bigger baseball, I believe, in America. So, and there's, less seams, and it's just a tougher baseball to throw. Not less seams, but like lower seams. So it's a tougher baseball to throw. You pitch more often in America. We work hard here in America, baby. None of that 7-day or 6-man rotation, 7-man rotation, whatever. I think they have a 6-man rotation and 1 off day a week, which actually seems like a pretty good system. And honestly, I wouldn't complain about that system if they had that in America. Have Mondays off. In the minor leagues, they do that. They have a day off. Build in a day off every week. That'd be awesome. And then have a 6-man rotation. I could sign up for that, save some pitchers' arms. Have to add a roster spot for sure. But anyway. All right. I'm going to call it a night. See you next time.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.